What's good, faithful? Just bringing up so I can keep an eye on things right there. Tell you what.
All right. All right.
So, this last game, we had a snowy outing against, the Bills Mafia. And we be sleeping like Jimmy Hoffa after that.
That's a good one.
I mean, it was a hard game to watch. It's like this team's had a good run. I mean, the season ain't over. You never know what kind of madness can happen. But let's discuss the injury news first. We got Bosa's out. He's out of that game. Who knows if he's going to be in this next game? Trent Williams has ankle issues and personal problems that we didn't know about. Which that's a whole nother subject. The Niners not releasing info to the faithful. That's kind of a whole nother subject. We would like to know what's going on with our team, guys. Like, seriously. Shout out to Trent Williams and his family. I'm sorry. My condolences. Couldn't imagine. Shout out to Fred Warner for playing since the Patriots game with a broken bone in his ankle or foot?
Yeah, it's a fractured ankle, yep.
George Kittle's having one of his better seasons and up until his injury. And then, last night's game, it turned into a very snowy affair. So we were about to start passing the ball around.
Yep.
So, but, that's what Bosa and Williams. So the new news today, CMC and Jordan Mason have both been placed on IR. CMC's has been estimated to be a 6-week recovery, which there's 5 weeks left in the season. So, if the math, and he ain't playing the rest of this season.
He is not. He's gone.
JP Mason, I didn't. At some point, I was watching the game, but I was also watching the bottom of my shot glass. So it's like, I don't know what's wrong with him, but hell of a year, man.
Yeah.
Kevin Givens, this is another guy. He was actually having a good season before he got banged up. He was having a good season before he got banged up, and now he's on IR. We got Jordan Elliott and Aaron Banks both in concussion protocol. I don't know what they're doing, headbutting each other on the sideline or whatever happened. I'm not saying that's what happened, but, the list is on and on. Ayuk gone for the season. Debo missed time. Brock Purdy missed a game. Freaking on and on and on. I saw this post where it talked about how many Pro Bowlers have missed time, or guys with former Pro Bowls. Oh yeah, not to forget about the long lost Hargrave. He's been gone for a minute.
Yep.
And I saw a post that was estimating how many games we have missed by Pro Bowlers. It's like, dang, dude, dang. And, this is all flashbacks to this one season we had right after we lost the Super Bowl, right? Seems to be a pattern going on is what I'm saying.
Why you got to say it like that?
Seems to be a pattern.
Jeez, man.
Honestly, the core of this team has so much wear and tear. They play a lot of extra games other guys don't play. Making it to the NFC Championship game the years we're not, a number 1 seed. So that's our 3rd game when we make it there, right? And that happened 3 times or 2 times, right? And then last season we went to the Super Bowl. So we played 3 games last season. That's 12 extra games since 2021. That's not quite a whole season, but that's still 12 extra games. At this point, we got you know, all I ask for the Niners out of the rest of the season is two things. Two things. One has to do with the bet that I made this offseason after the schedule. Now I'm done making offseason bets, folks. I'm gonna wait till the week of next year, All right. We clear on that. But we gotta beat these Bears. Gotta beat these Bears. If we don't beat the Bears, I have to make an 8-minute video on why they're better than us.
I
have a bet with this guy, Sports Talk Michael. If some folks out here will know him. Sentinel knows him. So we got to beat these Bears. I don't care if it's the worst game possibly on TV. Yes, that guy. Yes.
Gotcha.
There's a thing going on there, Ty. I don't think you're a part of it. But there's Sentinel. What's up, buddy? We got Jason.
What's going on?
Jason, what's up, man? He's the one that said, and Kevin Givens. Yeah, that's right.
Big Kev got injured.
I honestly don't expect many people to tune into this one. It's for a loss like that, everyone's kind of heartbroken, Wolf, what's up, buddy? He's probably driving home from work. Watch the road, not the stream. Love you, buddy.
Just be careful.
And throwback, what's cracking? So
I got Fernando. What's up, buddy?
We're starting talking about the game. Maybe that's not what I need to talk about for a minute. There's something else. So today is December 2nd.
Yes, it is.
Last year, December 2nd was the Saturday before we played the Eagles, right? My good friend Bryant Culp made the drive to Corey's house and, called me on my phone and, I had one last conversation with Corey. This is the 1-year anniversary of that. I miss you. I miss you, Corey. He was one of my really good friends. Tomorrow is the 1-year anniversary. Tomorrow night is actually 1 year ago we lost him. And it was his last 49ers game when we, Molly walked the Eagles. So at least the 49ers sent him out right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I really miss you. But, back to the horrible season that we're having. But I was saying there's two things I want. Number one, beat the Bears. I didn't say the second thing. I'm going to give you a guess on what other team I want us to beat.
The Eagles?
No, this year. This year. We don't play them.
Who's left on the schedule?
You got
Rams, Cardinals,
Bears, the Rams, the Dolphins,
Lions.
the Lions, and the Cardinals.
It's got to be the Lions, right?
It's the Rams.
It's the Rams.
We can't lose that game.
Them same old stinking sorry Rams. Not at home.
We can't lose that game.
Not at home. I'm with you.
Yeah, Kenny.
I hear you, Kenny.
It's been one of those seasons, man.
Yeah, people say people are relating it to 2020, and I get that with the number of injuries that we've had, but we've had so much stuff other than injuries affect the team that is just crazy when you think about everything that's going on. And that's just a little bit that we know. There could be other things happening that we don't know, right? Like we just found out what Trent's going through. Terrible. A few weeks ago, we found out what Mooney was going through. And it's not, these things didn't just happen to them. They've been going through it for a while and it's just culminated. That's when we found out. So there could be other guys in there dealing with things. I remember Diamador Lenore's rookie season. He dealt with some family issues going on, and we didn't find out anything about it until the following season, his second year. So, you got to give these guys some grace, some time, some space to be them. And we as fans got to be understanding. They're human just like us. Shit happens, unfortunately, especially, when it comes to family. We got to all take a step back and pause and let them be. But this season, with everything that's happening, it really has been a wild one.
It absolutely has. The injuries. All of a sudden, we find out, CMC's going to be out a while. We were all like, uh-oh. And, here comes J.P. Mason just running the ball. And we're like, our red zone offense still sucked, though. I'm talking about the season like it's past tense. We still have 5 games.
Yeah.
A miracle could happen. We went out, and all of a sudden we were division winners. And you're going to see me at the end of the season going, why?
Yeah.
But you never know. You never know what will happen. Well, I haven't even started my off season, my scouting for the mock draft series that's coming up. I haven't even started it. 5-7. It's still the season. It's like we ain't dead. We're just, half the hospital.
We're hurting.
Bad.
Not dead. We're hurting.
We need to change our name for the rest of the seasons to MASH.
Should we play the theme song before every game?
Yeah. And have that on the boom box. Yeah.
They do flyovers over the stadium. Might as well have those big green helicopters. Just fly over real slow, playing the theme song. I think it would fit in. It'd be great.
I don't even know about that. I kind of feel like they hit us over the head with the hammer and kind of missed. But there's actually a story there. When you go fishing in Utah, if you catch a carp, the requirement is to not throw it back. You will not be throwing that back. You will be it in its life. And then if you feel like putting it back in the water so the other fish can have food, go for it.
Gotcha.
But you will not throw that live fish back in the water.
You have to end its life in one way or another. Basically.
You do.
Okay.
There's a bit of a problem, and that's why. We actually have this thing called a tiger muskie. Have you ever heard of that?
No.
It looks similar to a barracuda in the ocean. It's got that long snout with the teeth. It's very scary looking. They get to be like 6 feet. It's actually about 20 minutes from me. I could literally go fishing for them.
Okay.
You have to have steel leader because they have sharp teeth. But it's like a hybrid that us humans made. And the whole point of the fish is to eat the carp. But it's not quite doing the job.
Alrighty.
Like our 49ers, just not quite doing the job here. And this is just one of those seasons that hopefully the Niners do something in the next couple of years and make us forget about it.
Dude, remember 2020? That was terrible. What happened the next season?
NFC Championship game.
Exactly. There's no reason. There's no reason to say that can't happen again. It is the same core will be coming back. All of these young guys that we have that are playing well are going to have another season under their belt, so they know what to expect. You're going to have guys coming back fresh, healthy. Still have one of the best rosters in football. Who says we can't make a run? And this season isn't over. Who says we can't make a run now?
I kind of feel like, you keep the core players, But all the expendables, it's time to change them out. And I mean, like a lot of these special teams guys that are on rookie contracts that are missing tackles, and the guys that aren't core players that aren't helping us at this point is what I'm saying. Like, there's a bunch of guys on 1-year contracts. It's time to let them go and let's go another direction. We have a bunch of assistant coaches that could probably use some upgrading. I like our D-backs coach and our linebacker coach. I keep forgetting their names. I remember Brian Greasy's our freaking QB coach. But those are 3 position coaches I like. The rest, Chris Kasarik, I know, but I think you kind of, you're good, but do you still have your magic? We're at that point. What do you do? Sentinel. I don't think CMC is going to be gone. Or Trent. The other 2, that's a maybe. You never know what the offseason will bring. I kind of doubt Debo is going to go anywhere with Ayuk being injured, though.
He'll be back.
You want to get into that? I'll be right back. I'll just be a minute.
Yeah. I think Juice is cheap now. He's super cheap and valuable. I don't think he'll go anywhere. I believe they just restructured Debo's contract. So they saved money on him. But you never know. I believe they can get out of his contract as well. So you never know. Trent's not going anywhere. He's still a top player. He's just dealing with a lot of crap. Came to camp late. Now he found out he's injured. Now we hear the family news. He's not going anywhere. And CMC came back, and he was getting better and better and better. You saw how well he did last night until he got injured. So he'll be shut down for the season. He'll come back completely healthy at the start of next season, and things will be different. So a lot of this is overreaction to what's happening in a bad season. I mean, David just had an overreaction himself. Talk about the coaches need to go. I didn't hear you say the coaches need to go last season. I
was honestly, we've had quite the turnover. So the coaches didn't need to go. They just left. I mean, like,
but guys like Chris Eric didn't go.
Kubiak, the New Orleans, offensive coordinator. That's just an example.
Clint,
but guys like him, we need these guys. And right now we're, it seems like we need better assistant coaches. When it comes to Kyle, yeah, he definitely has his issues, and he needs to review the season with a grain of salt. And, think about it, right? He's got some things to think about there. But now when it comes down to it, he says keep Huffer Brown. This is Papa J.
Do both.
Brown's on a rookie deal.
Well, Brown's on a rookie deal. He's not going anywhere. It's only his second year.
Yeah, Brown's on a rookie deal. Huff, I don't know if he's going to re-sign with us or if like you never know. The freaking Houston Texans could be like, hey, we'll take him.
Any team. He's a free agent. He could go anywhere.
That's right.
We'll probably, throw him an offer.
Either way, he's gonna be on a prove-it deal wherever he goes. But I don't think we can. We can't afford to keep everybody. It comes a certain point in time where you got these big contracts like Bosa, Trent, Debo, even. Ayuk, freaking. I don't think George Kittle's contract's looking terrible right now because he signed that a long time ago. Fred Warner's, it's not bad either. CMC, $19 million a year. We got contracts we got to contend with, and we got this QB that's going to be. That's a whole other saga for the offseason, folks. We'll talk about that. right?
All these contracts for next year, the way they're set up, aside from Trent Williams, everybody is low though. There's not anyone with a big astronomical number, I believe. So it's all good. And everybody's fretting over Brock. His number's going to be low too. So contracts aren't an issue. It's just when it comes to a guy like Huff, will he re-sign on a team-friendly deal, or is he going to want to, cash in and get paid somewhere else? Because we all know there's always some team willing to throw a whole bunch of money at a player, right?
Yes.
Like, oh man, we'll give you $20 million a year. We don't care you're coming off an ACL and you basically missed the entire season. We want you. That's the way it goes.
It's actually kind of nuts how that works, But yeah. Kenny, yes, we're talking about that, and Trent. Trent also
we mentioned
has
it, yeah.
issues. But at this point, there's 5 games left. Gonna have to tough it out, grit it out. If they lose against the Bears, oh well, I'll have to make an 8-minute video for Michael. Maybe I'll actually be hopping on with him tomorrow. I don't know if he even remembers. Maybe I'll get lucky. I don't welch on bets, so I'll do it. But let's see. I can't say that, Kenny. I mean, he had some bad calls here and there, but Wilkes helped our defensive backs more than any other defensive coordinator we've had. That was a really good year for our defensive backs. But should have gotten an elite.
Wilkes was not shit. I don't know.
I don't think he was.
I don't know where that comes from. He was. He was the scapegoat. A lot of people blamed him for things when he shouldn't have been blamed. Let's just say that.
I mean, Wilkes ain't in charge of the offense that only scored how many points in the Super Bowl?
Hello, talk about it.
So yes, that's that
the
zero
Minnesota
blitz,
game
but
where
at the same
he had
time,
a second half shutout. Half shutout held them to 22 points. So you mean to tell me Brock Purdy and the Avengers can't get 23 points? I'm talking 3 touchdowns and a field goal. That's all it takes. And they had the ball twice at the end of the game to go down the field and score and win the game. What happened? They failed, and people blame the defense.
That's exactly it. It's a team sport. It's not just one side of the ball. And you can definitely point your finger at special teams. They have been a big problem. You can definitely point your finger at them.
No, but you're right. You need contributions on all 3 phases to win a ball game. And normally, if you get 2 of the 3, you're cool. You're doing all right.
Oh,
but
Kenny
to
just
have
hit the nail on the head, though.
Mess ups all around, point the fingers.
Yes. There were 2 guys dancing on that play. We had Wilkes and Ward. They were, doing the Mamba, and Ward needed to either knock the ball down or not let the receiver grab it from him. One of the 2.
He did call that. That was a bonehead call. Situational football should never call that. The clock is your friend. It's on your side. I get it. But you can't name another call that game. Right? Every other thing he called was great. Let's not forget, after that, second half shutout. Gave up nothing. You needed help from the offense now. Go out there, get this win. What did the Avengers do? But it was his fault. Let's not forget the game began with Mooney Ward getting an interception, giving them a short field. CMC fumbles the ball back. but it's Wilkes' fault. You see how that goes?
Yes. Yeah, it was speaking of fumbles, we had 3 of those yesterday. CMC, Juice, and wasn't it Brock Purdy? It was Brock Purdy, right?
Brock, yeah. Yeah, it's like everybody fumbled yesterday. Like,
man,
we're not built for the snow. We weren't built for it. It just wasn't us. It's like at the beginning of the game when the conditions were okay, we're good. But after the first 2 drives, it was done.
And I was watching the game, and it was early, and I saw Debo take his T-Rex arms up and snag a pass. I was like, yeah. It was like, there we go. But then it just started snowing and snowing and snowing. And at that point, you ain't passing the ball around.
Yeah.
But, yep, I saw him stretch those T-Rex like arms out and grab something. I was like, yeah, He actually did it. I think he had 5 catches, but it was like not a game changing 20 yards.
They were all short though. They were all kind of short,
Yep.
And you expect that in a game like that. But
and we can't break a tackle when our feet are just slipping all over the freaking snow. And it was like crazy. I work with Niner fans, and Catrice put it right. She's like, we were like, she's running in place, and they were just walking all over the place like it was nothing. Like, I'm sitting here thinking, do I remember seeing a Buffalo player slip? I think I do once. But the rest of their team, those guys weren't slipping and sliding like we were. It was like, y'all are football players. I know all you guys didn't just come from the South. I know there's a bunch of you guys that played up North College and in snow.
Yeah.
So, like, did you forget? But then again, it's that Buffalo snow. It's like kind of wet, heavy and wet and slippery.
Exactly. It's that lake effect snow.
It's not like the snow we get here in Utah. It's like we have license plates that say the greatest snow on earth.
Yeah.
It's fluffy. It's like, I actually know a snowboarder that moved from Buffalo here, and he went up for the first time. He came. He was like, this stuff's like glue. He was like preparing to slip and slide all over the place, and he's going, "What is going on here?" And he's like, "This stuff's like glue. This is great." He never moved away. He chose to stay here.
That shows you.
But so this next week, beyond all the injuries, everyone, I don't know how much money we have on IR with CMC now. CMC, Hargrave. Ayuk was only making like his rookie deal, so that's only $14 million. Hargrave restructured, but that's still he's still signed for $20 million a season.
With Ayuk with the restructure, with the extension and the signing bonus and everything, he was making like he got paid like $21 million this season.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Okay. So him and Hargrave, that's $41 million. CMC signed for $19 million a season for 3 seasons. I think he was making like 14 or 15 this year, something like that, right?
I think it was like 16, to be honest with you. It's up there.
So we're up to $57 million on the IR. And then, like, who else has been? Well, JP Mason don't make much.
Nah.
Feliciano, I think he signed like for $5 million or something. So, I mean, ultimately, we got some money sitting on the IR right now. We got some good players. Greenlaw, I think he was signed for 11 or 12 million a season. So, it adds up. It's probably somewhere north of 80 at this point. But it's the game of football. It's a violent sport.
It's football. Yeah.
It's a violent sport, and like I said, we got the Bears coming up. Bad news Bears. They got a decent defense. a shiny new head coach. I'm sure you heard they fired Eberflus.
Yep. After his blunder, they let him go.
I don't know if, I mean, that's just what the Bears do. They draft a QB, a certain coach drafts a QB. Okay, it's QB's first season, then it doesn't pan out, they fire the coach. Dude, you're not going to give him a chance to develop the QB and, build a team? Like, you're not going to give him a chance. He's been there a couple seasons, granted.
Yeah.
But it's still like, that's what the Bears do. It's this vicious cycle they got going on. They pick a high QB, and by the time the QB's done with his first season, he's on his second head coach. And that second head coach ain't the guy who picked that QB. So it's like, it's that vicious cycle that's going on. But yeah, they're going to be coming to town with a new guy at the helm. We're coming to town with a new guy behind our quarterback. Isaac Guerrero is now RB1. That's actually going to be interesting to watch for the rest of the season, isn't it, Ty? Oh, are you muted? Muted.
I muted myself by mistake. Yeah, it's going to be fun to watch a little bit. I like him. I like behind him is going to be Patrick Taylor. I like what I've seen from them early in the season and a little bit of, playing time that they both received. I liked what I saw. It's a reason why we wanted to see more of them. Like, rotate those running backs, right? Keep the fresh legs in there. Unfortunately, it didn't happen, but now it has to happen. So I don't think the running game needs to fret as long as we stick to it, right? Let the young guys learn. Well, Patrick Taylor's a veteran. He's been around 4 years, but just run what we run, and I think we'll be fine.
Yeah, we so Isaac Guerrero's RB1. Patrick Taylor's actually seen some game time this year. A little bit.
Yeah.
And the interesting part is, who else are we going to grab? Because we let the guy we picked up in rookie free agency, Cody Schrader.
Cody.
We let him go, and he's a Los Angeles Ram.
Mm-hmm. Matt Breed is still out there.
That would probably be a good signing at this point.
Yeah. At this point in the season, you want someone who knows the system, can come in, get you some plays, right? Instead of starting fresh. I think he'd be the guy.
So the Rams just claimed Emmanuel Forbes off waivers. I don't know who the guy is. Do you know anything about him?
Nope. Never heard of him.
Took Forbes in the first round of last year's draft. The Commanders.
Okay.
Wow. In 20 games, he has 45 tackles, 2 interceptions, and 12 passes defended. That's not terrible.
No. I wonder why they let him go.
There has to be a reason.
Yeah.
There has to be a reason. But the Rams picked him up, though. So, they're probably trying anything right now. But, I mean, we got the bet. Hey, what do you think of Caleb Williams so far? That is ups and downs, right?
Yeah. Typical rookie quarterback stuff. Ups and downs, learning the game. At times it's super fast for him. At times he's just out there making plays of pure athleticism, right? You're going to get what you get. So I don't think he's good enough to beat us. That's for sure.
I mean, DJ Moore, Keenan Allen, and I think they took Rome Adonez. Is that
something like that. Yeah.
Duzier?
Yeah.
Well, whatever his name is.
Something like that. Yeah.
I'm horrible with names, folks. I'm sure all of you know that. They have three pretty good wide receivers, but what they don't have is an offensive line.
Right.
What we don't have is our two best defensive linemen. So it comes down to a certain point where something's got to give. I'm saying like Hargrave and Bosa is what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I get you on Bosa, but Hargrave,
well, Hargrave actually had his first good game of the season before. He got injured.
But I like the combo of Malik Collins and Evan Anderson in the middle more than Hargrave and Collins. I'm really impressed with Evan Anderson. He's a keeper.
He really is. He's doing his job. He's eating blockers. He's keeping the other guys free to make the play. Now, if they make the play, that's different story.
Different story, right?
Different story,
right.
But he's doing his job. I've wanted a nose tackle type like him for years.
Exactly. We've all been wanting like a big body, strong guy who can eat up blocks, also make plays himself, which he's been doing. We've been wanting that for years. He fits that mold, and he's doing the job. So, like I said, that combo in the middle there with him and Collins, I like what them two bring to the table.
Yeah,
like to me, those are keepers. Let's have them rock. And if we could get a Bosa back on the outside and rotate the right side with what's his name, Leonard Floyd, and somebody else,
Gross Matos,
and even number 91, Sam Okinawa, like get them rotating. I think we got something there. So it's just keeping those guys fresh. Within that defensive tackle, though.
Well, when it comes to the interior, I kind of think we're getting thin. We got
Collins,
Anderson. We just lost Kevin Givens. Jordan Elliott is actually on concussion protocol, so we can't count those guys.
Exactly.
And then we have Kalia Davis. And what's up with Khalil Davis?
I think he played. I saw number 50 in there one game. He got in for one game and played just a little bit, a snap here and there, but I haven't seen him since. So I don't know. So
if Jordan Elliott stays in concussion protocol, expect to see him, out there a little bit.
Yeah.
Expect to see Khalil Davis out there a little bit. I know, Kenny, we got 2 K Davis on the roster this season.
Mm-hmm.
I know. They should just put K Davis on on the back of their jersey, and
what you gonna do? Yeah.
Yeah, they have 2 different numbers. We'll know who's who, right?
We'll know. The announcers won't. I mean, they don't get guys' names right now. So
yes, Kenny, he was drafted high, but at this point, wrong one. He was drafted high.
Yeah, they did draft him high.
I don't know if he's producing at that level, but that has a lot to do with rookie QB and no offensive line.
Yeah, and bad coaching, all that good stuff. So
we need big guys in the trenches again. Now, it seems like that they're going with the short, thicker guys these days.
Low man wins. You want some guys to get low with leverage, who stout. I mean, if you look at Evan Anderson, Malik Collins, they're like shorter, wider guys. That's what you need, right?
Yeah, get some leverage. Those Hargrave,
right? You see the change of philosophy, what they want to do, help with the run. You got Bosa on the other side, he's also built low and likes to get low, uses leverage. That's fine. And you just need a complement on the right side. If we do that, we could be on to something, you know. But I think the attrition and the lack of guys, it makes us thin, because if you look at what we were doing yesterday, we had to use Leonard Floyd a lot, you know, on the right side, and you know, Sam Okinawu on the left side, and they're pass rush defensive ends basically. They're built thin, they're small, they weigh like 250, 260, right? When you got a 300-pound offensive lineman pushing against them, you can't expect them to win many battles.
No, you really can't. You know,
yeah, especially in the snow. Like, footing is bad. Yeah.
Now, Jason, we have Evan Anderson. I mean, you're talking man meat. Like, I'm a free agent.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not that big, but I sure am feisty. Them big suckers are going to have issues getting a hold of me.
Listen, Evan Anderson
can't block a guy that's freaking that's down underneath you.
Yeah,
you know, you can't.
Evan Anderson, yeah, he's been the guy we've been looking for, right? 6'3", he's about 330 pounds, strong, can anchor down. That's the kind of like big dude we needed in the middle there, right? Not tall Javon Hargrave. I mean, Javon, what's his name? Javon, not Javon. Javon, the guy who went to the Jets. Anyway, you know, tall, not using his leverage.
Javon Kinlaw.
Javon Kinlaw, right? Javon Kinlaw, not using his leverage.
Hits the weight room. He's buff, but gets pushed around like a rag doll.
Pushed around, right?
Yeah, we do. We need like Vince Wilfork. I hear you. I hear you, Jason.
Those are hard to find. Vince was rare. Just a big, round dude, right? You're not going to find many of them.
If we end up with a top 20 pick, which is highly likely at this point, I'm expecting them to go edge or interior defensive line with that first pick, just because it's what we do.
It's what we do.
If he picks a running back, I'm buying a bus. I will gather all y'all and we can head to 49ers quarters. Okay. Headquarters. We can go visit. All right. I will. I'll buy a bus. I'll come pick y'all up. Not saying it's going to have much anything to do with anything, but oh boy. Oh, what the heck is going on here? That was actually funny. I click on something, it opens another tab, and it's talking. It's like, don't need to hear that right now. So at this point, folks, the Bears are coming to town. Are they bad news? Oh no. They're having an up and down season too. We're the home team, right?
Mm-hmm.
Steve-O, if you're in the chat, who's favored? But
49ers were favored. I saw it earlier.
Really? Probably what, 3?
Yeah, it's something. It was like 3.5 or something, I think.
Okay.
They're favored.
Oh, Kenny, I'd rather sign the RT rookie from Penn State. To vaulting. Tell vaulting. Yes. It's the new sport I was coming up with. You know what pole vaulting is, right, Ty?
Yep.
Well, screw the pole. You got a bathtub.
Oh my gosh.
Wouldn't that be interesting? Hey, tell me you wouldn't watch that. You wouldn't watch people do that.
Fun, yeah. Stuff you guys come up with. Oh my God.
But but all right, folks. Well, we're gonna get out of here a little early, give time a little time between this and his next stream. I actually got a date. I gotta go pick lady up here in a few.
All right. There you go. Get to the good stuff. Screw talking about the Niners.
I know. I know it's like I think she plans on distracting me. I won't get
There
any
you go. That's what I'm talking
plans
about.
on distracting me. So I'm gonna go handle that. Folks, thanks for coming. Season
Yes,
ain't
indeed.
over. We ain't dead yet, but it's not looking good. Only thing I gotta say is the same thing Corey Davis says. Go 49ers and F all 31 other